no esté señora, pero cuando el alma llora, el silencio no es remedio para calmar el sufrir.
Well, good evening. First of all, I want to thank everyone for coming out. And I just wanted to mention a few housekeeping details. For folks who need a bio break, if you just go up the stairs, you'll see the signs that direct you to the restrooms. They're basically on sort of each side of the auditorium. The format tonight is I'm going to move through a number of things between 6:30 and 7. At 7, Jay Walder, the chairman and CEO of the MTA, is going to speak. Jay will then introduce the panel and join the panel. Then following the panel, which includes a Q&A for everybody here, we'll have a 30-minute Google Tools presentation. There'll be a coffee break, and then using Google Moderator, folks will organize themselves into breakout groups. We'll be able to accommodate 3 breakout groups in this room. And then if you go up the stairs and out and follow the signs, you'll see these MTA signs that will lead you to other breakout rooms to work on the things and discuss the issues that you'd like to discuss. So with that, again, I want to, first of all, thank each and every person who submitted a form to attend this dialogue between the MTA and the developer community. We received far more requests than we could accommodate or that Google's auditorium could hold. Fortunately, thanks to OpenPlans, we're streaming this unconference live on the web. And those of you attending can submit ideas and questions over the web. So I think you should be happy to know that everyone here, I think, is pretty representative of kind of the digital demographics of the city. I know all of you share a commitment to Government 2.0, and I dare say that many of you are involved in conceptualizing and bringing Government 3.0 into being in the months and years ahead. We have developers here from Boston and the Bay Area, and I guess I want to spend just one quick second focusing on the landscape that we're in and just mentioning a few things that I think Fred Wilson and Nick Grossman have pointed out. First of all, we're not that far from Soho, which is a great neighborhood for startups. We know we excel in producing new social applications that help people navigate their lives and make their lives better. We also know that we produce a lot of stuff that creates new companies, new services. And I'll just mention a few that you're probably familiar with. Kickstarter, Foursquare, AppNexus, Second Market, Sticky Bits, Hunch, Hot Potato, Boxy. So all that I think speaks well for the future of this industry in New York, and frankly, it speaks well to the scale of the MTA's opportunity to actually come up with new ways to reach our customers and to be transparent. So in the first segment of the conference, we want to accomplish 3 things. I want to introduce some of the CIOs of the agencies and technologists. They'll be around to talk to you during the coffee break. They'll also be participating in the breakout sessions. I think it's important that you meet them. And the other thing that I want to do is sort of briefly mention some of the data sets that we'll be making available later this evening. Now, like any other public benefit corporation, we know that what great apps can do for people who need to sort of navigate the LIR, the subways, Metro North, buses, all that stuff. And we also know that we've got a long way to come compared to BART and TriMet and some of our other sister agencies, but we're eager to get there. So again, I see this evening as the beginning of a partnership. One of the folks here that I'm sure that all of you will want to meet is one of our sort of leading information officers, Wild Hippery, who's just walked in, is in the back of the room. Wild, can you wave to folks? So, I don't know of anyone at the MTA that knows more about our data sets than Wild, so I'm really happy that he's here tonight. And just to mention the other CIOs and representatives here, from Bridges and Tunnels, we have Tariq Habib, who's in the room. From New York City Transit, for subways and buses, we have Bob Otero. From Metro North, we have John Larson, and from the LIR, Scott Diederich. The other thing that we want to do is to have, to make sure that everyone who's working on something exciting has a point of contact with the MTA. So we have 3 relationship managers, and I think they're all here tonight. Aaron Donovan, who's in the back on the steps, Sarah Kaufman from New York City Transit, and Chris Shea. So now what I'd like to do is move on to what I think will be a nice opening for this part of the session, which is to have people come up in a lightning round and talk about their apps for 2 minutes. So we put together a series of people who are eager to present tonight. And if folks could kind of come up and stand by the side of the stage, and we'll get going with the first presentation by Adam Ernst, iTrans.
All right, it's good to be here. I'd like to just show you guys some of the apps that are the app that I've developed already that is for the New York City subway, kind of giving you a feel of what we've already been doing in the App Store for a while now, and the MTA has been a great help with the maps and data that they've provided. So like most apps, ours is centered around a nice map license from the New York MTA that shows the subway. We've added some search and bookmarks so you can interact with the map in a way that you just can't with a standard paper map. You can tap locate and get located right on the map, which is really convenient and definitely something you can't do on paper. We've also gone a step further and added some smart directions to our app so that you can actually just type in a start endpoint and you'll get a nice easy to follow directions that can tell you and even tells you the trains you should take and where to get on and off. We even have included some train times too so that you know when the train's leaving, how often it runs, how long it's going to take you. Tap on a stop in the map and you're also going to see which lines are running at that stop and when the trains are leaving so you can actually browse the MTA timetables in a really easy to access format. Tap on one of those, and of course, you're going to get the line diagram from the MTA, which shows you where the trains run, transfers you can make, buses you can transfer to. All really handy ways of accessing the data that the MTA already provides, but in a way that's really good for your mobile device. But of course, there's always construction and service problems, so we've got an advisories function on our app, on the App Store, so you can see what the problems are right now. And we've just added a new map overlay that lets you really easily find the nearest station. Again, using the MTA's data that they've released with subway stations and schedules, you can see where the nearest stops are on each line in a really nice, very beautiful, easy to read format. So of course, the MTA has really helped out with their schedule data and all the stuff they provided for us, and we've been doing it for quite a while. So thank you very much.
Of course, I have to use this computer to find my slide. So my name is Jahaya, and so like any good developer, which I'm sure many of you are in the same position, when you have an itch, you want to scratch it. So in 2008, I started to develop a way to have easier schedules for me to ride the Long Island Railroad out to visit my sister. And this is what I kind of came up with is just a way to look at the schedules without having to look someplace for the weekday schedule and a different place for weekend schedule and to know like, oh, wait a minute, it's midnight on Friday. I actually need to look at the weekend schedule. So it's kind of just a way to get all of that in one spot. And I've been able to kind of since then add in some of the delay and alert information right in line in the schedule. And so you can also see like if you look at this schedule for SEPTA, and I'm really excited to be able to do this for Long Island Railroad soon. Right in the middle, you can see the delay information right there in the actual schedule for the train. And so I think this is what we're all here for, is having these new sets of data